Welcome to our second episode of Wyse Woman Magic. My name is Cassandra Bell, and this TV podcast is all about celebrating, supporting, and sharing women's wisdom. Now, we do that in a variety of ways, whether it be through sharing experiences, sharing business, sharing hints, hacks, ideas, sharing our pain, sharing our celebrations. We do this in a variety of ways. And this podcast is a little something that can tide us over. Now, I provide the Wyse Woman Wisdom gatherings, which happens once a month, but sometimes we want to sort of connect a little bit more. And to be honest, our gatherings are really laid back, really enjoyable. And there's lots of people, and well, it's rather informal. So, our TV podcast is something to fill the gap between the monthly meetings. So I really hope that you will join us and that you will enjoy today's episode. Well, it's the 4th of January, and what's happening? Have you guys made like New Year's resolutions or anything else like that? Please make sure that you comment, whether it's a love heart or preferably a comment or another emoji. The thumbs up doesn't really help, so anything else is always much, much better for yours truly. But back to our subject, what have you guys made a decision on in regards to your New Year's resolutions? Have you made a New Year's resolution? Do you just not have anything to do with it? What do you do? Now, this is a really big thing because a lot of the time I have personally found that New Year's resolutions do not work. Like you always think, okay, I'm going to exercise more. Well, that's mine. I'm going to exercise more. I'm going to get healthier. I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that. Well, it's really not helpful a lot of the times. Sometimes we can sit with our New Year's resolutions, but I think it's something like 86% of New Year's resolutions do not get followed through because we're sitting in a space of what we don't want to happen that has already happened in the previous year. Okay, so whatever we haven't done for, say, let's 2020, then we're like, right, we're going to do it next year. So we're automatically coming from a space of lack. Now, anyone who knows anything about manifestation and the law of attraction, if you're coming from lack, you're already on the back foot. It's never going to happen. Okay, what you really need to do is find out what you want to bring into your life and raise your vibration into that space. One of the things that I really love doing for a New Year's resolution, if that's what we can call it, is actually taking time out, maybe a couple of days before the new year or a couple of days before it. So within a 2-week radius of that time, and really make time for myself to just sit and connect with myself. And I just sort of allow the feelings for the new year to come to me. Okay, so you just sort of sit in, close your eyes, and you allow that to come through. Now, the feelings that come through are usually the feeling of the year, and I'll get a word out of it or an emotion out of that space of contemplation. Last year, it was about stability and growth, which is exactly what I received this year in 2020. Um, Last year, stability and growth. For me, it was stabilizing my financials, it was growing as a person, and it's something that I definitely did. I radically did. So much so that come December, I launched Wyse Woman Wisdom. I've launched the TV podcast, and it's all about moving forward. So this year, I've already received my word or my feeling, and it's all about expansion and it's rapid growth. So I'm really excited because I can see that this has already started in December. So, what I sort of put out to you, what I will challenge you to do over the next week is to really take that time, sit within your own space, and allow the feeling of the year to come through. Now, don't try to push it, just allow it to come through. Even if you go get yourself a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, you sit down at dusk, or dawn, depending on what you prefer, and just allow yourself to enjoy the moment. When you allow yourself to enjoy a moment, whether it's just enjoying nature, enjoying a cup of coffee or a glass of wine, without anything else happening around you, you allow your energetic barriers just to soften so that you can connect better with your intuitive self. When you connect better with your intuitive self, then you actually start becoming in alignment, which is fantastic. And it's also one of the cards that I chose for this week, but we'll get into that very, very soon. So, what I would really like to see is um, what your New Year's resolution, or what you're feeling, what your word of the year is really coming through. You know what? I actually want to strike out the whole New Year's resolution. Let's call it something different. Okay, let's call it the year. Oh, I don't even know. Someone come up with the word. I have no idea. Um, so, what I really want to know for our next episode, so make sure you put it in the comments because I will be sharing it. What is your yearly feeling? What is it that you're getting as a message from your intuitive self for that year? Okay. Now, if you need a little bit of help with this, what I'll do is I'll put something up in the Facebook group where you're probably watching this, and you'll actually be able to find a little bit of an exercise on how to actually get that feeling coming through if you're finding just taking time out and relaxing is a little bit um, not doable for you. Okay. So we'll do that. Okay, so I'm going to try and keep these TV podcasts to a minimum. So we're going to be doing between 15 and 20 minutes. We're also going to have guest speakers. So I'm really hoping that you'll enjoy that as well. Um, what we really would like to see is lots of energy, lots of interaction, and we want to hear what you want to learn. So, to start off with, our episodes are going to be all based on me and my experiences and what I think that you guys would like, and I need your feedback. So, I'm going to give you two, let's go this way, two two bits of two questions, two exercises that I would love for you guys to do. One is let me know what your yearly message is, what your emotion or your word or your message is for 2021. And two, what do you want to see on this TV podcast? I I'm really I'm really passionate about this. I want women to come forward. I want you to share your experiences. I want women who are mums, who are sisters and daughters, who come forward and actually share some of their wisdom. I don't want this to be just about business and networking, because some of us don't care about business and networking. Some of us actually just want to connect with like minded people without having religion or spirituality or anything else like that shoved down our throat. We just want to flow. We want to ease, flow. We want magic and joy. And we want to see that. We want to feel that. We want to connect with that. And we want to enjoy that. And we want to share that with others as well. So, this podcast is all about you. Make sure that you send back some feedback because I really need that to move us forward. Okay, it always feels like I'm talking way too much on these things. So I'm going to get into our card for the week. Now, this time we got two cards, and I'm still using Izzy's still using Izzy's deck because I love it so, so much. I resonate with it completely. Izzy is an Australian author. She's an Australian artist. And if you've ever seen any of her light work, her paintings and light work, you will really understand why I resonate with it so much. One day I would love to be able to own an original piece from her. So that's one of my goals, is to be able to have something specifically for me. Okay, moving along, sharing the love, moving along. Our first card is alignment. Okay, so I'm just going to hold that up. I'm hoping that you can see that easily. So this is alignment, and you might not be able to see, but there's like a little dragonfly. And one of the reasons why I love this so much is that dragonfly is one of my totems, one of my spirit animals. Between that and jaguar, Black Panther, they are like the part of who I am. Okay, so this one is about alignment, and this one here is vulnerability. Okay. Now, being psychic medium, I very rarely go by the book. I do find Izzy's words are fantastic, though. So I encourage you, if you have this pack, go read the information, and it may resonate with you even more. But I'm going to share with you what I've been receiving in regards to these cards. Okay. And we can go from there. So, with the week coming up, so from what is it, the 4th to the 10th, it's all about allowing yourself to be in alignment with your own vulnerability. Vulnerability does not mean that you are not strong. It simply means that you are showing your full self. Okay. You are allowing yourself to feel 100%. You are not closed off to anything that might hurt you. You are actually accepting all that comes your way. Now, there's a lot more to it, obviously. However, when we're talking about vulnerability and alignment, it's actually asking you to come back into alignment with your true self and allow yourself to be vulnerable enough to show your true self to your loved ones. I want to say to the rest of the world, however, this might be really daunting for some people, okay? That's okay. Just breathe through it. 2021 is all about moving forward in your truth. It's about moving forward in your strength. It's about understanding who you are and moving forward. We have had a year of hibernation. We have had a year of trauma, of upset, of change, rapid change. And we have had a year of where lots of things have fallen away so that we can really begin to understand what's truly important to us. And when we've got these two cards of vulnerability and alignment, it's actually asking us to step into and stay within alignment to ourselves, okay? Not to our responsibilities, not to the expectations of other people, but in alignment with ourselves. Now, we can find compromises in different areas when it comes to employment and so forth, and I understand that. But you need to make sure that you're in alignment with who you are and your values. So maybe it's time to have a real good look at what your values are, what really resonates with you, what is truly important, and find a way of melding what you're doing now, work wise or financially wise, and those values. If you are a stay at home person due to choice, or even if it's not by choice, then again, come back into alignment. This is your opportunity to find what really resonates with you and to start building a new stability and platform so that you can move into that. Now, like I said, I'm a channel, I'm a psychic medium, so a lot of the information that comes through is what's coming through rather than through the book or through the cards. Now, I want to remind you that you're not alone. Even though you're feeling vulnerable and you're coming into alignment, you're not alone. When you're coming into alignment and you're actually being vulnerable enough with your heart and with your mind and your truth, you actually start attracting your soul tribe. You start attracting the people who really resonate with you and who will help you to rise even further in your vibrations. They will help you to be all that you want to be at that time. It does mean that some people may drop off away from your network. And again, this is okay. It could be that they need to do their own work or you need to do extra work, whatever it might be. But at this point in time, you're not resonating with each other. And that's okay, because we don't want to hold anyone back. And we certainly don't want to hold our own self back. When we come back into alignment, we're going to find that we transform. And sometimes it's not always easy and it's a little bit painful. So take note of what is more uncomfortable. Okay, what brings up more emotions, and just have a look at why. Don't just go, oh, this really makes me sad, it makes me fearful. Why does it make you fearful? What is it that makes you fearful? Keep going underneath the emotion. It's something that I learned a long time ago, that we need to keep asking ourselves, why am I so upset? Why am I so angry? Okay, I'm angry because this person didn't do such and such. Okay, but just because they didn't do such and such, did they do it out of, did they do it just because they weren't thinking, or did they do it because they wanted to hurt you? Well, they did it because they weren't thinking. Okay, if they weren't thinking, then this was not a personal attack. So why is it hurting you so much? It made me feel like this. Okay, well, if you felt like this, whether it be abandoned or taken for granted, whatever it might be, why do you, what makes you feel like that? How does taking for granted feel like that? Does it make you feel worthless? Does it make you feel unloved? Why do you feel like that? Where has that happened before in your life? Now, I know it's a lot of layers and it's a lot of roundy round, and in the group, I'll actually share some of these steps so that you can get through, and so that you can start learning a little bit more about yourself, so you can realign your heart and you can realign your energies so it doesn't hurt so much, and then you can actually respond as required. And I feel like I'm talking really fast, and I do apologize, but when information comes through, the mouth has to keep up. So that's with alignment, and with the vulnerability, it's actually being vulnerable enough to face yourself, as well as to show other people your truth. So when you face yourself, or when you face your fears or your past hurts, or your the traumas that you may have had, whether it be emotional trauma, physical trauma, mental trauma, whatever it may be, it's scary. And I know it makes myself feel defensive right off the bat, but you have to take that breath and you have to allow yourself to be vulnerable for yourself while you're working through these emotions. The good thing about all these this year is that we're still clearing out the old. Okay, we're getting ready for it and we're clearing out the old. So we're just we are being given this extra chance to clear out some of the debris that we may not have been able to clear out with 2020. And let's face it, we're all really exhausted from 2020. So we might need that extra time to work through all these emotions, and that's perfectly fine. So that's our cards for this week. Just remember vulnerability and alignment, because it's going to be something that you might need to come back to a couple of times during the week. And of course, we'll have new cards the following week as well. Okay, so that's our cards. This is our second episode. We've talked a little bit about vulnerability and alignment in 2021, and our New Year's feel, our message for 2021. Share with us in the comments how you go during the week, whether or not the cards resonate with you and the messages resonate with you, and also share how you feel about 2021. What are your feelings? Are you fearful of 2021? Are you excited? Share with me why you are as well, because that's just as important. And let us know what your message for 2021 is for you yourself personally. I cannot wait. Mine, like I said, mine is expansion, rapid growth, and I am super freaking excited. Oh, and health. It's a healthy mind, healthy body, expansion, and rapid growth. I am super excited. Okay, so I think I've gone over my 15, 20 minutes. I can't quite remember when I started now, as per usual. However, I hope you all have a fantastic week, and yeah, we'll see what the new week brings. Take care, enjoy, and I will talk to you soon.